What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, ZiaUpdates. Now, if you don't know who I am, I do all the entertainment updates from tech, video games, movies, and superheroes. Now, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and a comment, as it really does help my channel. I know I'm still very early on in this channel, and if you're watching this right now, I just want to thank you and just give you all my appreciation of just being here. You are one of the first people that is going to be watching this video until my channel actually grows. So having you here is just super amazing, and I just want to be supportive back to you while you're being supportive to me as well. But nevertheless, on my TikTok video, I posted a TikTok video telling everybody that if they went, subscribed, and commented a question on my last YouTube video, that I would actually be shouting them out and just answering the question. So without further ado, that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. So what I'm basically going to be doing is hopping onto my laptop, which is why I'm going to be looking down here a couple times. I know you can't see my laptop that's framed in this camera, but I am going to be looking down at my questions on my laptop every once in a while. So don't get confused when I'm looking this direction, but make sure you stay tuned because I'm going to be answering a ton of questions in this video. Now, entering into my laptop right now, I'm looking at these questions. The first question is from Iron Arsenal. Now, Iron asked a question: can we hear more about superheroes and maybe get a TikTok with you and Soups? Yes, Iron Arsenal, I can do more videos about superheroes, and that's what I intend to do as well. Marvel, DC, and whatever other type of superhero news there is, I intend to be making videos about that also. And as far as doing a collab with Soups, Soups, if you're watching this, I would love to do a collab with you also. People are asking me, and Iron Arsenal or anybody else who wants me to do a collab with Soups, make sure you let Soups know that as well, because like I said, I would love to do that. Anyways, moving on to the next question, which is asked by Jack_Flash27. He asked, is a PS5 still gonna have The Last of Us because I'm obsessed with it? And Jack, yes, the PlayStation 5 will have The Last of Us. The PlayStation 5 will actually be backwards compatible with the PlayStation 4 games, and The Last of Us 2 will definitely be part of that, and you'll be able to play that. The one thing I will say is The Last of Us 2 might get even remastered for the PlayStation 5. Now, that's not confirmed, but we have been hearing some news about that happening, so potentially we could have an even better Last of Us 2 in a high resolution. Now, they said they weren't going to add a DLC to The Last of Us 2, and they also said they wouldn't add multiplayer, but what if the incentive to buy it on next generation consoles was that they were going to add multiplayer and potentially a DLC? But moving on to the next question, that's from Darkened. Darkened asked, so I was wondering, do you know what PS5 games are guaranteed to be 60 FPS? Now, we don't have a confirmed list of what games will be 60 FPS, but we do know that a lot of games will be running at 60 FPS and potentially even 120 FPS. Now, we don't have a confirmation for the 120 FPS, but the 60 FPS, a lot of the exclusives that will be coming to the PlayStation, for example, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Horizon Forbidden Forest, a lot of these games were actually said that they're going to be in 30 frames per second, but they're going to have a higher graphic count. So the details and the graphics are going to be better, but the games will be running at 30 frames per second. And this is a thing we need to ask ourselves. Do we want better graphics, but lower FPS? But a lot of people complained about this, and Insomniac, the developer for Spider-Man Miles Morales, actually came out and said, we're going to give people an option to play in 60 frames per second, but it might lower the resolution of graphics a little bit. So now you have the option to choose whether or not you want a higher FPS and less graphics, or a higher graphic count and lower FPS. So I'm assuming the direction we're going in this, most of the PlayStation exclusive games will be running in 60 frames per second, or at least give you the option to do so. So I wouldn't be too concerned about that right as of now. Now, the next person who asked me a question is Survival Gaming YouTube. He asked, when will the Xbox Series X, or he or she, sorry, asked, when will the Xbox Series X come out? By the way, my TikTok, and mentions his TikTok name. Okay, so the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S, the Xbox Series S technically hasn't been confirmed yet, but the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S are supposed to be releasing this holiday season. Now, The exact date has not been confirmed, but we've been seeing the month of November to be a pretty prominent month in the release of these video game consoles, and because we've already been seeing a lot of dates being set for these video games, and Microsoft themselves accidentally gave us a date of their console. I believe it was the console at November 12th. Now, this is not a confirmed date, but I do believe that November 12th, the week before or the week after, will be the release of the Xbox Series X. So basically, just know sometime in November. And I just want to let you know, if I didn't answer your question, some of these questions I will be going over in a separate video, and I'll be making an entire video about it. So, but without further ado, again, let's continue on with these questions. Scar Harmony 753 asked me, will you get the PS5 or the Xbox Series X, or will I be getting both? Now, this is an amazing question. I will be getting both consoles. I know that sounds really expensive, but to stay fair to you guys and also stay fair to me, because I love both consoles. I just love. I'm more of a person who likes specific games, right? You can't play a game like Halo on the PlayStation, and you can't play a game like Uncharted on the Xbox. So therefore, the fact I like these specific games so much, I intend to buy both consoles. Also, like I said, I want to stay fair to my users. I don't have a bias. I'm going to have both of them. And for if any reason you have any specific questions and want to ask me about which consoles, specific things about each console that I like better, make sure you ask me that. I'm not going to be lying to you. I'm not going to be BSing all of this stuff. I'll be telling you exactly what I like about them, what I don't like about them, and you know it'll come from a good place because I actually respect and love both consoles. So it won't be anything that I'm just coming up with and telling you because I don't like one or the other, because I'm going to be spending my money on both consoles. So Zane Kennedy asked, if I buy the PS5, or sorry, the PSVR and Iron Man on disc, will I be able to play it on the PS5? Now, he's basically asking because the PlayStation VR just released the new Iron Man game, and he's saying if he buys it on disc, will he be able to play on the PS5? I'm sorry, I just repeated that question all over again, but the answer is yes, but also no. Now, this is an interesting question to ask because it will work on the PlayStation 5, but you need to ask yourself, what PlayStation 5 are you getting? There's going to be two different versions of the PS5. We're going to get a standard that plays digital and disc, and there's going to be a digital-only PlayStation 5. Now, the digital-only PS5 won't be able to play disc, so if you get Iron Man VR for the PlayStation VR with the disc, and you have a PS5 that's digital-only, then that just doesn't work out. You have to buy the game all over again. Now, if you buy the standard PlayStation 5 and you have a disc, it'll definitely work. Or if you buy the digital version of Iron Man VR, it'll definitely be able to transfer over. So that's a question of what next generation console are you going to be buying? And honestly, if you get the digital edition, you're going to be saving probably around $99 to $100. And that's, you know, like, so if you, and that's just a better thing in my opinion. So at the end of the day, you're kind of going to be spending the same amount of money if you rebuy it. You're going to be close to it because it'll be another $60, so it will be cheaper to rebuy it, but ask yourself that question of what PlayStation 5 you're going to be buying and whether or not that's the direction you want to go in. And yeah, so I got one more question from Jack Rafferty, who said, is the new Xbox going to be better than a PC for around $1,000 for what you can pay? Now, the Xbox will probably be one of the best things you can get for that price range, even for a PC, just because there'll be a lot of games optimized for it, and there's a lot of, you know, they'll be optimizing that power in such a way that it'll be really good. But for $1,000, if you price match, you buy, you know, old, different parts, used parts and stuff. But you can honestly get a PC that will run the Xbox Series X games better than the own Xbox Series X. So, but everybody, that's all the questions that I'm going to be answering for today. If you have any more, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section, subscribe, and please like this video as well. Like I said, it really does help the channel, it helps me grow. And like I said, leave a comment and please ask me a question so I can make a video about it or somehow just answer it again. I really appreciate your support to my channel, and if you made it this far, if you really heard every single one of the questions that I answered, then I genuinely appreciate you. You guys are the reason why I make this video, like I said already a million times. And remember that I'm here to entertain you and to speak about all the tech of video games, movies, superheroes, and Star Wars, all of that stuff. And if you want to continue hearing more, make sure you stay tuned for my other videos that will be coming soon. And until next time, everybody, thank you so much for being a part of this video. I appreciate it so much, and until next time, I'm ZiaUpdates.